The first Frozen 3 teaser definitely brought way more questions than answers for fans of Disney's icy animation. But at the same time, did you catch that it also showed off some new characters that will be showing up in Elsa, Anna, and Olaf's new movie? Ice Witch. The teaser made sure to confirm the appearance of the famous Ice Witch, also called the Snow Queen, who is the sorceress that lends her name to the fairy tale that inspired Disney's creation of Frozen. We know that she has the ability to manipulate ice just like Elsa, and she can also create little beings made out of snow crystals, like icy butterflies that she controls from a distance. In the original story, she also possesses a magic spell called the Ice Kiss, where the person who receives the first kiss becomes immune to the cold, and upon receiving the second kiss, forgets everyone they love. On top of that, she has a terrifying army under her command, made up of ice animals like polar bears, porcupines, and white snakes that she calls the Blizzards. Now, here comes the craziest theory of them all. What if the Ice Witch is actually Elsa's real mom, and she has returned to reunite with her daughter? If this is true, Anna and Elsa would be adoptive sisters, and the Snow Queen would have given Elsa 2 kisses before leaving her in the care of the King and Queen of Arendelle, which is why our main character wouldn't remember her. And it could even be that she tells Elsa and Anna this, and it's all just a made-up lie so she can steal the powers of Olaf's creator all for herself. But what could the truth actually be? Snow King. But what if this Ice Witch, known as the Snow Queen, wasn't alone in her evil plan? What if she has a husband who might be backing her up in all her wicked deeds? If this character exists, logic dictates he'd be known as the Snow King. And if we stop to analyze the original fairy tale story, it starts off by telling us that a long time ago, an evil being created a magic mirror that had the ability to show good things shrunken down really small in its reflection, and bad things blown up really big. However, this mirror fell to the ground and shattered into thousands of pieces that scattered all over the world, carried by the cold north winds. These pieces had the power to make a person see everything in an evil way if they got in someone's eyes. And if one struck their heart, it would cause it to turn into an emotionless ice cube. The mirror's creator could very well be the Snow King himself, except he was inside the mirror when it broke and ended up getting trapped. And in order for him to return to our world, all the little icy pieces scattered around need to be gathered up, and the person who holds that kind of power would be none other than Elsa herself. Hence the visit from the Snow Queen, who is going to try to manipulate the former princess of Arendelle into doing this, so she can manage to free her beloved and evil husband, bringing him right back into our world. Samantha. The teaser also shows that Olaf caught the bouquet at Anna and Kristoff's wedding and said he was going to marry whoever he found. Of course, he changes his mind the second he lays eyes on the Ice Witch and says he'll marry the next person after her. And Disney themselves, over at D23, have already revealed a picture of this bride of Olaf's who will be making her debut in Frozen 3. She is, just like him, a snow woman who uses a carrot for a nose, except she has quite a bit more hair than Elsa's best friend does. And guess what? Her name had already popped up in the second movie. When Olaf is lost in the woods and calls out for someone named Samantha, then later says he doesn't even know a Samantha, and the snow woman will have that exact name, meaning Olaf had a premonition back in Frozen 2. Could it be that he has the magical power to see into the future? Anna and Kristoff's son. Now let's talk about a character who didn't show up in the teaser, but we are absolutely sure is going to make an appearance in Frozen 3, even if it's just in the very last scene of the movie. Anna and Kristoff's firstborn son. After they get married, which seems like it happens right at the very beginning of the movie, the couple will help Elsa face off against the Ice Witch and her army. And once everything is settled, of course they're going to have their long-awaited honeymoon. And we can totally imagine that 9 months later, a little baby boy will be presented to the people of Arendelle, who will be the heir to the royal throne. The cute and gorgeous Magnus. It's obvious that he's going to look just like his Aunt Elsa, and who knows, maybe even be her spiritual heir too. Perhaps in Frozen 4, he'll already be a bit older and already helping his parents save the kingdom one more time, right?
If you made it this far, do the following. Click the subscribe button. I think we deserve it.
Queen Rita. Another character who might show up in Frozen 3 and who has already been mentioned in the official Frozen book called Dangerous Secrets, which focuses on King Eir and Queen Iduna's love story, is Elsa and Anna's grandmother, the former Queen Rita. She was King Runard's wife, who ran away because she just couldn't stand living with her husband anymore, since he was a bad man. Knowing that she wouldn't be able to bear the memories of her own son, the little Prince Agnar at the time, she asked Pabbi, the Troll King, to wipe her memory, just like he did to Anna in the very first Frozen movie. In other words, she's still alive, though she's pretty elderly now, which makes it perfectly possible for her to make her very first appearance in the franchise. Kristoff's mom. Another character who also makes an appearance, only a whole lot faster in the story of that exact same book, is an unnamed woman who had a little boy and whose husband was an ice harvester that suffered a terrible accident, ending up losing his own life. Unable to live with the heavy suffering of losing her husband, she asked that same King Pabbi to erase her memory, and after that, she was never seen again. If we rewind back to the first movie, we'll remember that in the very first scene, we see exactly a group of ice harvesters that Kristoff is a part of, meaning that woman was probably his mom, and the ice harvester who had the accident and passed away was his dad. That is exactly why he was adopted by the female troll, just like we see in the movie. Kristoff was way too little to remember his mom, so he doesn't truly know her. Because of this, it could be that now in Frozen 3 she makes a comeback, and they finally end up meeting each other, Uncle Tormund. But before being adopted by the female troll, obviously somebody had to be taking care of Kristoff after his mom left. This person was never once mentioned in any of the official Frozen stories, but fans have cooked up a theory that his name would be Uncle Tormund, and he would be exactly one of those singing ice harvesters who shows up at the beginning of the first movie. And since at a wedding, you always have to invite your closest relatives, probably both the female troll and Uncle Tormund would be in attendance to honor their boy becoming the King of Arendelle, Eric of Vesterland. Now, let's talk about a completely brand new character who has never been mentioned anywhere, but who could very well be one of the main characters in Frozen 3. In those same Frozen books released by Disney, a neighboring kingdom to Arendelle is always brought up, called Vesterland, which is known for being the home of several scholars and astronomers. As we saw in the teaser, the Northern Lights are used by the Ice Witch as a catalyst to create a portal connecting her world to the kingdom of Arendelle. This phenomenon was so massive that it might have been spotted by Vesterland's historian and astronomer prince named Eric, who would then catch the first boat and arrive in Arendelle, right in the middle of all the chaos. And he'd be absolutely fascinated by Elsa's magical powers, which he would link straight to the convergence of the spirits that he had already been studying about too. So he would be simply mesmerized by the former Queen of Arendelle and would help her defeat the Snow Queen, winning our hero's heart, becoming her romantic partner from here on out in the franchise. That would definitely be super cool. Prince Caleb. Speaking of princes, do you remember Hans, the bad guy from the first movie? He mentioned to Anna that he was the youngest of 12 brothers, and some of them, like Prince Caleb, get a shout-out in a few of the Disney musicals. Caleb could very easily make a quick cameo as an envoy from the Kingdom of the Southern Isles, acting as a messenger of peace to apologize for Hans's hostile actions and to try to lock down some trade agreements with Anna and Kristoff. Sure, he wouldn't have a huge role, but he would be somebody to keep an eye on, because, after all, who's to say Hans was the only villain in the family, right? Vixen the reindeer. Wrapping up our list, since it's already confirmed that Olaf is getting a romantic partner, why don't we imagine that the exact same thing could happen to Sven, right? And since he's a reindeer, it's only normal that his girlfriend would be one too. But she wouldn't be just any reindeer. She'd be Vixen, who is one of the 8 reindeer that pull Santa Claus's sleigh. Since it's not Christmas time, she could perfectly well be hanging out in Arendelle visiting some relatives, and bump into none other than Sven, who she would fall head over heels in love with. Who knows, maybe when Christmas rolls around, she'll even take Kristoff's buddy and his pals to go meet her boss, right?
If you want more videos like this, comment down below, #more. We're leaving 2 really cool videos for you to stay with us here on the channel. Click and have fun. Thanks!